new road projects so that we can have it on time completed. When the rains come up now, it will be a problem. And then we need to say because of rainy season. Now that we have good weather, let us utilize it for the benefit of the public. So I still employ them, traditional rulers, youths, chiefs, everybody that to support.
Involving Nigeria and other countries worldwide.
Our spending. 39 billion naira is not 39 million, than 39 billion naira. And all the materials they are needed to import are all of grant. And when you want to talk about percentage of work, you don't just talk about just what you're doing. So I can say that there's 70%, 20%, and they've assured that they will complete it and hand over by day. To everybody's happiness that you are from a country like this, you cannot talk about a befitting conference, international conference center. Then what is the essence of Nigeria as the biggest nation? I will just big by we will travel all over the world and we'll see what is going on. Why should our own be different? Why should it be different? So we're giving Nigerians the best. And I thank God for the support of Mr. President, who said, look, we can continue to have this. And from what you've seen, really, the international conference center. So we're happy with the work, and I can assure you, come May, by the grace of God, all of us will come here with happiness, thanking God, thanking support. If it's a president that has no foresight, maybe like it has been here all these years, the other presidents have come and gone. Nobody deemed it necessary to say, look, that you must have an international conference that's befitting of a nation like Nigeria. But he came here and said, no, this cannot continue. We have to.
Operatives of the FCT Police Command have eliminated a notorious bandit, Salisu Mohammed, also known as Dogo Seller, following an intense counter-kidnapping operation aimed at dismantling a criminal syndicate responsible for violent crimes. Dogo Seller, identified as a hitman for criminal gangs operating in Rijana Forest, Kaduna State, has been responsible for multiple kidnappings and killings along the Kaduna-Lokoja-Enugu Highway. The FCT Command spokesperson, Josephine Ade, had issued a statement on Wednesday stating that police acting on intelligence conducted a covert operation to intercept Dogo Seller at Gidan Abbey Forest on March 3rd while he was en route to Bawari Area Council, FCT. Ade stated that the initial encounter, police operatives arrested Dago, then recovering an AK-49 rifle, 2 magazines, 60 rounds of live ammunition, and 3 million naira suspected to be ransom proceeds. She added that after gathering from the arrested suspects, the anti-kidnapping unit of the command launched a follow-up raid on March 4th, 2025 at a known bandit hideout in Kwasoa Forest, Kagako Local Government, Kaduna State, where his gang led by Abu Musa Elias Kanabaro had established a major hideout. She noted that operatives were ambushed by armed bandits attempting to flee and free their leader. Stating the criminal activities linked to Dogo Seller, Ade said he was responsible for the abduction of a police officer's family and the killing of 2 security personnel in January 5th, 2025. Attack at Gujama Market in Kaduna State. Remember, you're watching The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. We'll return shortly after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. This is Atlantic Television Transition. Now the rest of our stories. President Bola Tinubu has nominated Melvin Oyogu to the board of Central Bank of Nigeria as requested Senate confirmation for the appointment. The special advisor to Tinubu on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, who disclosed this, said the president seeked Senate confirmation for Nkwache Ndidi as Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service and also conveyed in letters to Senate President Godswill Akpabio, which was read during Tuesday's plenary. Tinubu had previously nominated Robert Agbidi, Ado Wanga, Moritala Sagali, Urom Eke, and Olayinka Aliyu to the CBN board in February 2024, and the Senate confirmed 4 people as members of the board of the CBN after Eke rejected the offer citing conflict of interest. Tinubu replaced Eke with Ruby Onwudikwe on March 13, 2024, and the report circulated that the president withdrew her nomination over political affiliation with the Labour Party and opposition of the All Progressive Congress. The decision reportedly followed pressure mounted on the president by members of the APC as Onwudiwe publicly supported Peter Obi, who contested on the Labour Party platform against Tinubu at the 2023 presidential elections. Hundreds of protesters gathered at the National Assembly Complex in the show of support for Senate President Godswill Akpabio while condemning the actions and statements of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan, who represents Kogi Central. The demonstrators, carrying placards with various inscriptions, chanted solidarity songs in favor of Akpabio, while the anti-Akpoti-Oduaghan protesters blocked key sections of the National Assembly entrance, causing significant traffic disruption. Among the protesting groups were members of the National Association of Nigerian Students, who urged critics to stop distracting the Senate from its legislative responsibilities. A separate group of women also joined the protest, labeling Akpoti-Oduaghan a serial blackmailer and a disgrace to womanhood. The demonstrators voiced their support for her 6-month suspension, accusing her of using sexual harassment allegations against the Senate president as a tactic to divert attention from corruption claims, and also called for an end to what they described as deliberate attempts to undermine the Senate's work.
Hereby support and endorse the suspension of Senator Natasha from the Nigerian Senate for 6 months. This will serve as a deterrent to all Nigerians who believe that blackmail is an instrument of war. Let it be known that this negative way of forcing people, mostly the men in authority, by women to get what they want through blackmail has become an old fashion. We, the United Women for Good Governance, have discovered that this false allegation of sexual harassment has a very strong political undertone, heavily propelled in collaboration with Senator Natasha by those who are interested in the office of the Senate President at all costs. We, the United Women for Good Governance, hereby send a strong warning to these evil planners that what they are doing is nothing by trying to stab democracy with a fire dagger, which must be resisted by all well-meaning Nigerians.
And they should keep to what they are doing. The Nigerians are proud of them, Nigerian students are proud of them, and we want to also advise them not to look at those distracting them, the distractors, but they should focus on the aim and objectives of the National Assembly, and to see how to position things, bring issues, deliberate on issues that will add to the progress of Nigeria, that will ease the Nigerians of the burdens, especially on this time like this when everybody is crying of different kind of thing, agitation is coming up. We want our National Assembly to remain focused. We want our National Assembly to
Mohammed, Director General of Department of State Services Adeola Ajayi, and National Security Advisor Nihu Ribadu. According to Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the service chiefs were initially invited but could not attend due to scheduling conflicts. The rescheduled meeting next week aims to deliberate on critical security issues and propose urgent solutions. The Senate has also raised serious concerns over allegations that certain international agencies may be financing Boko Haram insurgency. On February 19, 2025, security chiefs were summoned to explain allegations that the United States Agency for International Development was linked to funding Boko Haram and other terrorist groups in Nigeria. The upcoming meeting will assess these claims, addressing Nigeria's broader security challenges and shape policy responses. Amid escalating violence in Benue State, the Senate has called on the federal government to establish a permanent military base in Gwe West local government area. This move is expected to curb persistent attacks and restore peace in the region. Nigerian Senate has called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to comply with the Supreme Court's ruling and restore the Anocha North State constituency in Delta State. This resolution followed a motion moved by Senator Ned Woko, Delta North, who highlighted the legal battle for Anocha North's restoration. He recalled that in 2014, communities within the constituency took legal action at the Federal High Court in Asaba, seeking official recognition of their constituency. Although the Federal High Court initially dismissed the case, the Court of Appeal ruled in their favor on November 22, 2017, ordering INEC to restore the constituency and conduct elections accordingly. INEC later challenged the ruling at the Supreme Court, but on November 29, 2019, the Apex Court dismissed the appeal. During an intense debate on the Senate floor, lawmakers argued that the suspension of the constituency had deprived the people of proper representation in the Delta State House of Assembly. As a result, they urged INEC to comply with the Supreme Court's ruling without further delay.
The people of Idumujono, Idumuchuboko, Okunzo, Uboba, Idumuogo, Ubodu, Ubulubu, Anyoma, I'm sure that sounds familiar. Ogodo towns in the Anocha North local government area of Delta State initiated a legal action at the Federal High Court, Asaba, seeking the restoration of the Anocha North 2 state constituency. Also notes that although the Federal High Court dismissed the originating summons, the Court of Appeal, Benin Division, on the 22nd of November 2017, delivered judgment in favor of the people, ordering the restoration of Anocha North 2 state constituency and directing the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct election in the constituency.
We have a similar situation in Isoko North local government. There was a constituency, after the 1989 constitution, those constituencies were removed. So we are in court to reinstate such constituencies because that deprives our people the opportunity, like every other constituency, local government have 2 or 3 constituencies. And for my own particular case, Isoko North, we have only 1 constituency in that local government, state constituency in that local government, which is bigger than most other local government that has 2 or 3 constituencies. So we are in court, and the population supports that. So what he's saying is correct in most places, especially in Delta State, sir. I don't want to throw more light. Thank you.
There are 2 ways to a kind of deal with any amendment to our laws, or constitution, either through the process of lawmaking, through amendment, through alteration, or through pronouncement by the Supreme Court. Once the Supreme Court pronounces, you know better than I do because as a lawyer, you know that. Once the Supreme Court